Are you seriously afraid about art and culture part of UPSC Prelims 2025? Diversity, difficulty, complexity? Let's have a quick rapid round with the mentor. Spend minimum, cover maximum. Let's ask to the expert. Hi sir, today you have a surprise. There is a rapid round of art and culture. Can you answer it?
Sure.
Temples are in the news. So, Chaushat Yogini Temple, the only circular temple?
No, actually, temples for UPC, this is very, very important because temples are not only centers of this religious worship, they are actually granaries of our culture, traditions, our socio-economic activities since ancient times. So temples are in the news and different styles of temple architecture, dynasties, patronized or the patrons, the features of temple architecture, UPC's favorite area, Nagara, Dravida, Hoysala styles. And this Chausad Yogini temple, Madhya Pradesh, that is not the only circular temple in India. In Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, you can see Yogini circular temples. So there are few more circular temples are there.
Okay. Panchayadan, what is it in culture?
Panchayadan is actually that is related to this temple construction style. Temple construction in the sense that the main shrine is surrounded by four subsidiary shrines. That style of temple construction, mostly in North India, that's called the Panchayadan style.
Lothal, not for the recent National Maritime Heritage Museum.
Yeah.
Can you say something about it?
Lothal is actually, when you study Indus Valley civilization, the sites and the findings are very much important, especially, in the sites recently being excavated or recently being in the news. So this Lothal is known as this only port town of Indus civilization. An artificial dockyard remains being discovered from there. Rice has been discovered from there. Yeah, Lothal, of course, it's a port town. It's a port city of Indus civilization.
Only in the site without citadel.
Only in the site without a citadel, Chahudaro is a site which is not having a citadel. Usually, most of the Indus cities are having this citadel. Upper town and lower town divisions are there. Upper town is mostly for these so-called sophisticated structures and the people. I mean, the elite classes in the business classes, priestly class in the upper town in the citadel, and the workmen's quarters are located in the lower town. Okay.
Can you say some Harappan seals?
Harappan seal is all about Harappan seals. Actually, they are mainly used for these, commercial transactions, trade activities. Mostly, the chief material used for Harappan seal making is steatite. It's a kind of soapstone available in the riverbeds, and they produced. Indus people produced seals of different shapes, like circular, rectangular, cylindrical, different shapes of these seals they produced, and they are containing these, what is called this script of Indus people, and about the animals or humans, etc. Different type. Unicorn seal is there, Pashupati Mahadeva seal is there. Yeah, seals are mostly used for trade.
The name Ashoka were mentioned in which of the
Yeah,
inscription?
Ashokan inscriptions again important for you. Ashokan inscriptions, different inscriptions and their cultural significance. UPC's favorite area. Several years they asked Ashokan inscriptions. Most of Ashokan inscriptions contain the name Devanappiya Priyadarshi, and Musky inscription in Karnataka that contained the original name Ashoka. Okay, and James Prince was the first person to decipher Ashokan inscription in the Brahmi and the Kharosthi script and all.
Okay, difference between Chaityas and Viharas.
Chaityas, Viharas, actually they are related to rock cut architecture. Chaityas, actually they are prayer hall. Viharas are residential hall. So they are rock cut architecture. Chaityas, Viharas.
Okay, chief materials used in Gandhara, Amaravati, and Madurai School of
Yeah,
Art.
Gandhara, Madura, Amaravati schools of art. They are post-Mauryan schools of sculpture. Gandhara, Madura, Amaravati. Gandhara School of Art. You must understand that. Yeah, this grey sandstone was the chief material used. Madura spotted red sandstone, and Amaravati it was white marble. So these schools are again very important in prelims and mains. They ask two questions. Sometimes they can shuffle the salient features of Gandhara, Madura, Amaravati, or the patrons or the geographical identities. Okay, that way they can confuse you. So please try to cover the salient features of these schools.
Patrons of these schools.
Patrons, Gandhara Madura chief patrons were these Kushanas, especially Kanishka. Coming to Amaravati, Shadavahanas were the chief patrons.
Which school is known for narrative art?
Narrative art, yeah, Amaravati school is known for its narrative art.
What about Kalyana Mandapa?
Kalyana Mandapa, actually, it's a part of this temple structure. On these auspicious occasions where devotees can stand and worship and the cultural activities are held. It's assembly hall basically. It's part of Vijayanagar temple architecture.
Nagara Dravida Visara location.
Nagara Dravida Vasara locations, broadly speaking, Nagara is placed somewhere around these, between these Vindhyas or Himalayas and Vindhyas. And Vasara is the hybrid version, which is a Deccani style between these Vindhyas and this Krishna range. And coming to south, which is the Dravida style, which is, Krishna Kaveri regions, or let's say the prominent area of its emergence, you can classify like this. Nagara is North Indian style, Vaisara is Deccani style, and Dravida is a South Indian style of temple architecture.
Difference between Amalaga and Andarala.
Amalaga is actually these are terms related to mostly temple architecture and Nagara style of temple architecture. Amalika, you can see that on top of the tower, tower itself is called a Shigara. On top of Shigara, there is a circular disc, a crowning element, a circular disc with ribbed edges. That portion is called Amalaga in Nagara style. And Andarala is actually an intermediary space between this Garbhagriha and this Mandapa, Mahamandapa. That intermediary space or that vestibule, that portion is called Andarala.
Features of Indo-Islamic architecture.
Indo-Islamic architecture, I would say, with the arrival of this Delhi Sultanate, they patronized this in the grand level. Later on, Mughals also. So, coming to Indo-Islamic architecture, you must understand that there is absence of these horizontal beams and these vertical pillars and all. They used arches and these domes, and there is absence of human-animal sculptures. Instead, they used these Quranic verses for inscription, calligraphy they used for decoration, geometrical patterns, etc. Pitra Jura kind of things they used.
What about Pitradura?
Pitradura is actually it's something which is adopted in this Mughal architecture. So coming to Mughal architecture, there are different patrons. There is Akbar, there is Jahangir, there is Shah Jahan, there is different patrons to Mughal architecture. Pitradura is the style of inlaying precious stones. The precious stones or these jewels are cut into different geometrical shapes and inlaid on this white marble surface in order to get different designs, floral designs, geometrical designs, etc. So inlaying of these precious stones on this white marble surface is called a Pitradura.
Distinguish Akbar, Jahangir and Shah Jahan paintings.
In paintings, Akbar's painting focus was on that illustration of these manuscripts and these epics, etc. with the painting. Coming to Jahangir, he focused on realistic paintings and portrait painting. That was his highlight or his time's highlight. Shah Jahan, that was more on due to these colonial influences and all. It was more artificial. Yeah.
Who is conscience of Indian architecture?
Conscience of Indian architecture is Lowry Baker. Lowry Baker is a man known for construction of the structures, which is very much understanding this heart of India, or maybe cost effective, or ecologically sustainable, or eco-friendly kind of structures he built, and it is affordable for the poor. So Lowry Baker is conscience keeper of Indian architecture.
What about Banitali paintings?
Banitani paintings, Indian Mona Lisa, that is belonging to this Kishanganj school of painting. So Rajput schools of painting and these Pahadi schools of painting, they are important for you.
Kalamkari paintings?
Kalamkari, actually, we would say that it's a South Indian style. It's Andhra style of painting. There are already UPSC asked questions on that. Kalamkari, it's kind of doing this painting on this what is called the sarees, and although already they asked a question on this.
Mughal versus Rajput paintings.
Mughal versus Rajput. Mughals, I would say that they are more aristocratic, or they are more secular, and they are representing the life of these upper elite class of society, mostly the aristocracy and these rulers. That life was depicted, and secular element is portrayed and more realistic. Coming to Rajput painting, there is influence of Mughal painting, influence of this local, these folk tales and all, and it is more or kind of what is called religious influences are there, religious themes are there, and also it's kind of, I would say, representing the life of this village or villages. Yeah.
Shakuntala, Damayanti and Hamsa, Jedayavadam are the paintings of.
Yeah, these are paintings of the great, king among the artist, or artist among the kings. You heard about the great, like Travancore ruler, Raja Ravi Varma. Raja Ravi Varma. So Raja Ravi Varma is known as the greatest. I mean, one of the greatest. I mean, among the royal family, he is a great artist.
Nasik inscription.
Nasik inscriptions actually belonging to Shadavahanas. Shadavahanas regarded as post Maurya, they regarded as, being regarded as this first to provide tax-free land grants to these religious institutions and scholars, priests, etc. Shadavahanas, they followed, I mean, it is not sure, but somewhere it is said that kind of a matrilinear culture they followed, but there is no surety regarding that. And Gautami Putra Sadagarni, Vasishta Putra Pulamai, lots of such greatest rulers are there, Shadavahanas.
What about Hatyamba?
Hathikumba inscriptions actually belonging to this, what do you say? Yeah, our Karavela, I mean, Kalinga ruler Karavela. Hathigumba inscriptions talk about his achievements, military expeditions, and how he championed Jainism.
What about Tugaram?
Tukaram is actually Bhakti saint. He's a Bhakti saint of this Maratha culture. Yeah.
Siyarat in Sufism.
Ziyarat in Sufism is actually, it's a practice in Sufism, which is, yeah, Sufism, so many terms are important for you. Ziyarat is the, the practice called visiting these, tombs of Sufi saints. All that pilgrimage is called the Ziyarat. Yeah.
KFC in Jainism.
KFC in Jainism is right knowledge, right faith, and right conduct. These are three jewels in Jainism, just like three jewels in Buddhism, Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha.
Saudrandiga, who?
Sautrantrika school of philosophy. Sautrantrika is actually in, that is in Buddhism. A sect of people believe that only the sutras are valid, or these original teachings of Buddha is valid. No need to follow these commercial teachings and all. So among the Tripidakas, they believe only in the Sutta Pidaga, Vinaya Pidaga. So those followers of Buddha who believe the sutras are valid literature, or they are the only sacred literature, they are Sautrantikas.
Patrons of Buddhist councils.
Patrons of Buddhist Council, first Buddhist Council, it was Ajata Shatru, second Buddhist Council, it was Kalashoga, third Buddhist Council, it was Ashoka the Great, fourth Buddhist Council, it was Kanishka.
Matvilasa Prahasanam.
Matavilasa Prahasanam, that is a Sanskrit play which is authored by Mahendra Varman I. It's Pallava ruler. Yeah.
What about Logaita?
Logaita is one of the materialistic school of philosophy, which is Charvaga school of philosophy, that believes you must understand the world not by these scriptures, but by your sensory knowledge. The materialistic aspect is exposed by this Logaita school of philosophy. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir. That's all for the session.
Thank you so much. It was a good experience for me also. Kind of, yeah. It's of course we will be covering art and culture in in the comprehensive way in the upcoming art and culture crash course.
Okay, thank you for the time.